Ladies and gentlemen, Poland is proud to be the first country among Central and Eastern European countries which adopted a roadmap of a transition to a circular economy. Our main priority areas are sustainable industrial production, sustainable consumption, and bioeconomy. Work in these areas gives profits also for climate neutrality. To be successful, we need support from our society as a whole, but also from individual citizens and businesses who are aware of challenges we face. Therefore, we currently work on the Circular Economy Governmental Information Platform, and we hope to launch it soon. Information on technologies, financing possibilities will be widely available. All data will be verified, so citizens will be sure that it is reliable. I would like to stress that education on circular economy and climate changes is one of the top priorities for us. That's why we, as the Ministry of Climate and Environment, organize special webinars for teachers and students. We also concentrate on research and innovation because we need new solutions, especially in the field of design of new low-emission products, technologies, and business models. Our goal is high level of waste prevention. We also would like to change perception of waste. It is not litter anymore, it is a valuable raw material. We need to use industrial and mining waste which were generated in the past and landfilled as our secondary raw materials. I wish you excellent discussion and conference, and thank you very much for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, by applying circular economy strategies, we can contribute to emission reductions that are not achievable solely through transition to renewable energies or by energy efficiency. By transforming the way we make and use products, we will be able not only to decrease emissions and decrease resilience in face of climate change impacts, but also reduce pollution and waste to regenerate environmental systems. Achieving carbon neutrality will not be possible without a swift transition from a linear, fossil fuel-based economic model to a circular, carbon-neutral one, respecting the limits of our planet. In 2016, Portugal assumed the commitment to reach carbon neutrality by 2050. Circular economy policies play a key role in achieving this goal, particularly the measures envisaged in the Portuguese Circular Economy Action Plan and also in the European Circular Economy Action Plan. We are developing targeted measures to promote resource efficiency, increase recycling rates, reduce single-use plastic, promote the incorporation of waste and byproducts, foster sharing policies, looking at a more regenerative society. These are an integral part of the carbon neutrality roadmap for 2050, our long-term emission reduction strategy. As Presidency of the Council of the European Union, we intend to steer the Council forward in negotiating the regulation concerning batteries and waste batteries. We are keen to promote European recovery leverage by green and digital transition and committed to the implementation of the European Green Deal. We will not spare efforts in order that the EU becomes a world leader in climate action where circular economy plays an important role. Thank you.
Hello everybody, we are very honored to be invited to this WCEF conference together with the Dutch government, Citra, all very well known and well recognized names when it comes to green innovation. Circular economy, our topic today, is of extremely actual interest, and it's also a very important pillar for our future development. We do know already that the planet can only support as much, and therefore we do need to change our ways of thinking about economics, but also thinking about the people and thinking about the environment. Circular economy, in its very core, it's about communication, it's about cooperation, creating ecosystems that mimic the natural ecosystem and that actually work in order to have continuity in businesses, in order to create value and also provide a good quality of life for the people. This event, one of many, has the opportunity, if you wish, to provide with good examples, to provide guidelines, to provide stories of success from other countries in order to be able to convince even better, even faster organizations they have to change. And not only they have to change, but also they know to what are they changing. What is the business model they have to pursue in order to, at the end of the day, to have as they call it, a triple bottom line when it comes to the economics of the business, the impact it has on the communities, and also the environment protection. We need to keep discussing these topics. We need to be able to bring all these concepts from the academic sphere and from the policy-making sphere down to earth, down to the company level, to the citizen level. And that's probably our biggest challenge in the years ahead. Thank you again for your invitation. And I'll be very happy to follow through with the discussions that are going on in the next hours of this event. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, distingués participants, je suis très heureux de m'adresser à vous à l'occasion de ce forum sur l'économie circulaire et le climat. Permettez-moi tout d'abord de féliciter le Royaume des Pays-Bas pour l'organisation de cet événement dont le thème nous rappelle l'urgence climatique, mais aussi les opportunités qu'offre l'économie circulaire en termes de solutions et d'alternatives. Le Sénégal, à l'instar des autres pays africains, fait face aux défis liés au changement climatique dont les effets négatifs sur le capital humain et naturel constituent un frein au développement économique et social. Le passage à une économie circulaire devient dès lors une réponse appropriée. Le lancement de l'Alliance africaine pour l'économie circulaire, dont la vision est de construire une économie africaine basée sur des modes de production et de consommation durable, montre toute l'importance qui est accordée à ce modèle en Afrique. Le Sénégal, à l'instar de la communauté internationale, s'est inscrit dans une transition vers une économie circulaire. Le plan Sénégal émergent, notre référentiel de politique publique, reconnaît que l'économie verte est un moyen pour répondre aux besoins sociaux fondamentaux et au développement durable. C'est pourquoi notre pays a très tôt adhéré au partenariat pour l'action en faveur de l'économie verte, PAGE, initié par les Nations Unies au lendemain de la conférence Rio+20 et dont la promotion de l'économie circulaire constitue l'un des axes prioritaires d'intervention. Mesdames, Messieurs, le changement de paradigme que nous voulons à travers la promotion de l'économie circulaire dans une perspective de transition écologique exige une transformation des comportements, mais également une utilisation plus judicieuse de notre capital naturel. C'est pourquoi l'engagement de la communauté internationale que vient consolider ce forum sur l'économie circulaire et le climat augure des lendemains meilleurs pour un passage rapide d'une économie linéaire à une économie circulaire, garant d'un développement harmonieux et durable. Je vous remercie.
We have heard about the green steel, the green aluminium. We have been thinking on how to use materials in a different manner, how to ensure that we can recycle once and again the same type of materials, reducing the need of use of energy, the need of use of water. This is where we are working on for the time being. How to ensure that the legal framework facilitates this type of decisions, how we can create secondary markets in our countries, how we can ensure research and innovation in new materials on reusing materials that we have used up to now. And this is where we are also in Spain, how we can implement our circular economy strategy, identifying those sectors where we have more potential to reduce our footprint, our environmental and carbon footprints. This implies working, of course, in the agribusiness, but also in terms of textile and other manufacturing industries, how we can evolve towards something that implies new services, new business models, new way to produce, new industries. This is something that it is very much on the table. And we need to work together. We need to learn how we are doing in the different countries. The push coming from the European Commission, the work together in the European Union facilitates a proper size of markets that can profit from this bigger scale positive effects. So, trying to combine all the lessons we have learned, trying to exchange views on how the different speeds and pathways may deliver in a different way is quite useful. And of course, we will be happy to get all the positive lessons, but also all the lessons, all the conclusions you have drawn from your own experience in order to implement as soon and as best as possible in our own circular economy policies.
Dear all, thank you for this opportunity to speak at this session. Our society needs to transition in order to achieve the 2030 agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals. We have to change our present unsustainable resource use, since it is leading to loss of biodiversity, to the spread of hazardous substances, and contributes to climate change. We must save threatened ecosystems and secure the possibility of sustainable resource use for the coming generations. A circular economy is necessary to facilitate this, and this is also a priority for Sweden. And that is why the government has decided upon a strategy on circular economy that sets out the direction and the ambitions for a long-term sustainable transition of the Swedish society. We are committed to deliver on this strategy, and it provides support for all actors who want to realize business opportunities and make conscious choices based on the circular transition. Sweden aims to be the world's first fossil-free welfare nation, and our climate law obliges us to reach net zero emissions by 2045, and thereafter to achieve negative emissions. In 2019, we launched our first climate policy action plan, integrating climate action into all relevant policy areas. And we hope to be able to cooperate with you on these very important topics. Thank you very much.
Es un gusto para mí contar con la oportunidad de participar en esta instancia que aborda el cambio climático y la economía circular, dos temáticas de altísima relevancia para nosotros que cuentan con múltiples áreas de trabajo en conjunto. Desde Uruguay reconocemos la importancia de la economía circular a los efectos de asegurar un desarrollo económico que preserve y promueva los recursos renovables y la eficiencia de los sistemas. Buscamos acelerar las transformaciones económicas, sociales y culturales hacia un desarrollo productivo sostenible, incorporando la implementación de medidas integrales de mitigación y adaptación al cambio climático y en línea con la implementación del Acuerdo de París. Nuestra política nacional de cambio climático busca promover sistemas sostenibles de producción industrial, comercial y de servicios con mayor capacidad de adaptación y resiliencia al cambio y la variabilidad climática y un desarrollo bajo en carbono. Además, incluye como lineamiento estratégico la promoción de la gestión integral de residuos sólidos y aguas residuales considerando el principio de economía circular. En el año 2019 se aprobó la Ley de Gestión Integral de Residuos, la cual enmarca y regula la gestión de residuos a nivel nacional y departamental mediante una estrategia de economía circular que apunta a su reducción y puesta en valor, incluyendo acciones de mitigación del cambio climático. Actualmente nos encontramos en pleno proceso de elaboración del Plan Nacional de Gestión Integral de Residuos y su plan de comunicación. Queremos resaltar el programa Oportunidades Circulares, que busca identificar e impulsar proyectos que promueven la economía circular en nuestro país y la promoción del sello verde turístico que aborda los problemas de productividad y competitividad del sector incorporando la sostenibilidad ambiental como un diferencial. Finalmente, el 2020 nos ha enfrentado ante una crisis mundial para la cual no estábamos preparados, pero que nos brinda una oportunidad, la de repensar las bases para generar estrategias de recuperación económica, soluciones sostenibles y resilientes, y para ello la economía circular representa una oportunidad ineludible.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to welcome you to the World Circular Economy Forum and Climate, and I'm glad to give you a brief outlook on our efforts here in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. As you may know, North Rhine-Westphalia is the most populous and economically most powerful state in Germany. In order to sustain our economic position, we focus on maintaining our industry's competitiveness and support its development. Therefore, the transformation of our economy and the eagerness of our economic players to evolve are essential. It is imperative that we include the necessities of digitization, the circular economy, energy and resource efficiency, as well as the need for skilled employees into the process of enhancement and further development. I would like to expand on this topic with the example of a special region in our federal state. The Innovation Valley is one of Germany's biggest coal mining areas and in the heart of North Rhine-Westphalia. The end of coal mining in the course of our strong actions for climate protection will fundamentally change the lignite mining area in the west of our state. The accelerated withdrawal from coal mining causes enormous challenges for this region. Simultaneously, we have the chance to develop a European model region for the secure supply of energy and resources. The circular economy will play a central role in this process of structural change. One focus will be on the systemic consideration of resource-efficient branches and their material flows. By this, we intend to further develop existing potentials and enhance synergies between industries. Therefore, we will focus on a wide range of sectors such as farming, forestry, the food industry, building, the chemical and textile industries, as well as the aluminium sector, the paper and the packaging industry. By doing so, we will develop the Innovation Valley from a mining area into one of the internationally most competitive areas that combines sustainability with a high quality of life. Thank you for your attention.
Hey, thank you so much for inviting California to be part of the World Circular Economy Forum. My name's Jared Blumenfeld. I'm the Secretary of California's Environmental Protection Agency, and I love recycling. I love reducing and reusing. The entire circular economy is something that we care deeply about here in California, even though we also have a lot to learn from all of you, and feels like we're in the midst of kind of peak disposable production. So everything we're trying to do is move down from that peak. When it comes to greenhouse gas emissions, they're part and parcel of our circular economy plans. We're doing everything we can to think about how we move our economy forward while also reducing emissions and at the same time reducing the amount of waste that we produce. So we've done a lot on circular economy. We've done extended producer responsibility on mattresses, paint, carpets, sharps, which are needles, and pharmaceuticals. This past fall, Governor Newsom signed the world's highest recycled content requirements for plastic beverage containers. So we want to make sure that the plastic from the containers that we're using goes into the new PET and other plastics of the future. That's a big commitment that we have. We're also looking at how we move forward to remove organic waste from landfills. We have a really ambitious goal of getting to 75% removal of organics from landfills by 2025, which is just around the corner. We have 1 in 4 Californians that are going hungry. We want to make sure that food's going to them, not going into the atmosphere as methane. So as we rebuild our economy, refashion our economy after COVID, we want to build in all the elements of a circular economy. And we're thinking about that in a very broad terms. We're looking at the soil that we grow our food in to make sure that that soil can actually take the carbon from our atmosphere and bind it into the soil while producing more water, more fertile land for our farmers. So everything is now going in our mind as really being essential to think about circular economy in everything that we do, from toxics to how we think about climate change to how we think about equity. We're really excited to be part of this dialogue and look forward to learning from all of you in the days and years ahead. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, they are change makers. It gives me great pleasure to join you today at the epoch-making event of the World Circular Economy Forum plus Climate Change event. Lagos, with a current population of over 22 million citizens and less than 1% of the total Nigeria's landmass, is generating on a daily basis over 14,000 metric tons of waste. This leaves us with no alternative but to fully embrace the concept of circular economy, which is the long run, which may lead eventually to zero waste. As a government, we're committed through our economic development agenda to utilize our very limited resources more efficiently, for which circular economy is a promising and viable alternative. Our ambitious Circular Lagos vision, a direct outcome of a roundtable on circular economy, which was conveyed by our state in December of 2020, with the CEIP embedded in our 30-year Lagos Development Plan, is also one of the various steps at making Lagos a model for circular economy. The state, therefore, has already begun in engaging relevant stakeholders. I'm very happy to note that the government is already fashioning out incentive with the collaboration of the private sector towards achieving these set goals. We welcome all partners as we get rid of the world of waste, unlock the potential that circular economy offers as a government and our entire citizens at large. Thank you very much.
I believe that circular economy will be the central growth driver for industry in the next decades, alongside advanced manufacturing. But to unlock the true potential of circular economy, we must create a supportive regulatory framework and to come up with innovative ideas. Israel can and should play a central role in the global transition to circular economy, making use of our innovative and advanced ecosystem to achieve this goal. To help the economy make the right but not trivial transition, we have set a ministerial goal to improve Israel's resource efficiency by 16% by 2050. I also committed to reduce the industrial GHG emissions in Israel by 30% by 2030 and by 56% by 2050. Moreover, we have decided to set forth a national plan for the industry in Israel using the circular economy principles, in which we will suggest a wide number of tools such as supportive standardization, encouraging innovation, and raising awareness. Also, we plan to focus on 3 sectors: the chemical sector, the construction sector, and the plastic sector, and develop policies geared especially for them. We are already leading 2 programs supporting circular economy in collaboration with the Ministry of Environmental Protection. The Industrial Symbiosis Project, where our consultants help in transforming waste to resources with an analyzed potential of billions of euros. While we are not yet world leaders in circular economy like the Netherlands are, this is certainly our ambition, and with our capabilities and innovativeness, we believe we will be able to reach that goal in the next few years.
Hello, Mayor John Tory here, bringing greetings from the City of Toronto. And I want to say thank you to the Government of the Netherlands and Citra, the Finnish organization, for convening this fantastic event. Climate change is the defining global issue of our time, and it therefore demands a global response. And cities are leaders in global climate action. We are best positioned to play that critical role in partnership with other governments, with businesses, with communities, and most importantly, perhaps with individuals around the world, so that we can do everything we can to rise to this challenge. In October 2019, the City of Toronto declared a climate emergency and committed to updating Transform TO, Toronto's climate action strategy, so that we can reach net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050 or sooner. In Toronto, we recognize that transitioning to a circular economy is essential in the fight against climate change and in achieving those goals. The City of Toronto has one of the most comprehensive waste diversion programs in all of North America, and we're proud to be an international leader in innovative and sustainable waste management. In 2016, we made a commitment to work towards zero waste and to set a goal of becoming the first circular city in our province. Since then, we've been taking concrete actions to work towards these aspirations. Through ongoing investments in renewable energy, for example, community activations, our circular procurement framework, Toronto is well on its way already to becoming a truly circular city. We've invested in closed-loop infrastructure that will allow us to generate renewable natural gas from organic waste that can be then used to power city facilities and vehicles and waste collection trucks. This will enable us to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions and our carbon footprint. Toronto's circular city transition will play a key role in achieving this goal and in Toronto's recovery from COVID-19. It will be critical in helping us to build a resilient and inclusive and green and prosperous future for our residents and for our businesses. We're excited that the Government of Canada, our very own government, will be hosting North America's first World Circular Economy Forum later this year. And we're committed to collaborating with champions from Canada and from right around the world to fight climate change through the transition to a circular economy. Best wishes to all for a very successful forum.
I am Minna Arve, Mayor of Turku and Global Executive Committee member of ICLEI, Local Governments for Sustainability. I am stepping forward to share the commitment of our network along the pathway of circular development. ICLEI commits to collaborating with citizens, businesses, and the research community to promote equitable city, town, and regional transition from a linear to a circular economy. We will do this in integrated ways that support new enterprises, create dignified jobs, and that ensure quality lives for citizens in all world regions.
The circular economy in Chile has played a really fundamental role, connected also to all of the climate commitments, not only from the countryside, but also when it comes to the business side. We have been developing on a common narrative, understanding that a climate positive economy is a circular economy at the end. One of the main topics that we have worked on, and one of the main achievements, is the path towards the decarbonization of the energy grid, while we have a plan of phasing out all of the coal fire plants, and that, of course, integrated with just transition for all of the people working on those plants. The renewable energy is also allowing us to propose a very concrete plan when the remaining part that is not going to be able to be used in the country can allow Chile to be a future great product producer and exporter of green hydrogen. But that also takes the concept of circular economy into other industries. While we think about plastics, where Chile has banned the plastic bags and is working towards a better consideration of plastic as part of the industry. Well, it has to be sustainable. We have a Chilean plastic pact on that sense, but then integrated into the mining industry, the agribusiness, building, electromobility. All of those topics are now considering both the circular economy concept and the just transition concept. With that in mind, that is properly integrated into the enhancement of the NDCs of the countries and the climate policy, positioning our country towards a net zero and resilient country by 2050, the latest.